Well, we're in our last week in Portugal for this year. The weather's dramatically changed. It was been mid to high 20s for about 10 days. Woke up this morning, it's about 15, windy, cold wind. So thought we'd give you a little look at life in Portugal, or life in Central Portugal. Take you on a dog walk, which is just from our house. So I'll get the dogs out and we'll go for a wander. There's one and the other. So one of the reasons we love living here as well, we've got similar in Portugal, in Sweden as well as Portugal. It's just out of our house, straight up a track into the forest. So, and the dogs absolutely love it up here. So if we go for a wander, come on. Give you a look at our forest track and where we take them for a dog walk most days. It's probably about half a mile and it goes up by 100 meters elevation, so quite steep but really nice. So there's the tree that always looks like it's going to fall down. It's a giant pine tree and I guess it's at like a 20-degree angle or something. But I guess it's been there years. One day it will fall, but at the moment it just leans over the path. We always skip through that little bit. So big banks overhanging some of it. Flowers, just made of mud, but never really seems to collapse. I know they do maintain it and clear the ditch to get the water flow. Each side they try and push the water off into the forest to obviously make the most of the water and water as many trees as they can. I'll show you some of the new ones they've cleared out this year. Dogs go wandering in the woods. Probably about one car a day comes up here, but it's always slow, and it's nice to just let the dogs off the leads. They're fine. They don't go far, and I call them to me if there's a car coming at all. It's sort of a mixed wood, some of it, pine and other species, a lot of eucalyptus. I know they're not very nice, invasive, whatever, but they do smell nice. That area was cleared about 2 years ago, and you can see how they just shoot back up from the stumps, and they're probably 15-20 foot in 2 years. It's quite amazing. And we do gather the pine cones and use them as fire lighters. So here's one of the steeper bits. You can see it's quite a dusty road, but it's easy to walk on and easy to drive on, and quite a stunning view all around. So looking back from the first steep section, takes your breath away, but it does get easier the more you do it. And then we're going to go on this way. Again, this side here was cleared just over a year ago, I think. And it's already growing up really quickly, but they do regularly cut it down and harvest the wood. Have a little pine area. You can see there's quite a few pine cones around. We'll try and collect those up before we leave. And this goes to the first flat area. You can see where they've dug out the little swales to send the water that way. And this is the latest cleared area where they're growing back up again. But some beautiful views from up here, overlooking some of the little villages. You can see just how sort of mountainous where our house is, but brilliant. It's about 300 meters above sea level and really clear air. Here's one of the little rain gullies they cut in, pushing water that way. This is a cleared area. I think this is where they probably gathered the logs. You can see they look after the place, and for all the problems of eucalyptus, I'm sure it's a good harvest. It just needs to be managed and kept an eye on. In the summer this is really like a dry tinderbox up here, so quite dangerous. Again, right over there is the motorway. Just see a lorry coming along, but they're barely used. Some strange bent trees there. Don't know why they didn't grow very straight, but sort of twisted, a bit wild looking. Not sure what happened there. Typical, while I'm filming, a car just came past, but one of the guys who obviously works up in the woods or takes a shortcut through here from village to village. Looking back down the track, I think all the eucalyptus flowers are gone. Although the eucalyptus leaves smell lovely, the flowers smell awful, but there's not many of those. And there's little bits of life everywhere you look. Little heathers and woodland sort of flowers. A lot of mushrooms up here as well. Chanterelle mushrooms sort of grow in the forest all over the place. Here's one of the signs you see all over the place, and they're just about hunting, whether they allow or not allow hunting. I think the hunting is for wild boar. We've heard they're around here, but we've never seen any. We have seen the odd footprint, but not very often, and the dogs have never picked up on anything. There's loads of heather around this area. Quite a nice open area. I always think it'd be a good spot to park a camper van for the night, surrounded by the woods. Like I say, probably one car a day. So we made it about half a mile straight up, 100-meter climb. Just around this corner is a never-ending puddle. Yes, it's still there. The dogs like to go and splash about in that now. Not sure if that's going to focus, but you can see there's actually some eucalyptus flowers. Must have come down in the wind. Like I say, they don't smell very good. A bit like something a cat would do, but the puddle's nearly gone. That's been sort of a foot deep since we got here, but like I say, I've had a lot of hot weather lately. I think there's some more rain coming, but it must be a natural pooling area for the rain here. I'm not going to do much splashing about in that. So on the way back down, we're going to divert through this newly terraced area where they've planted new trees, gathered a nice selection of pine cones. I don't think the dogs will carry them back, I'll have to. It's quite steep and it zigzags its way down this hill, but it comes down to a path that leads us back to our house, to the main path to the house. And this is where we saw a footprint, so I'll have a look around, see if I can see what we found before. It might have washed away or gone away now. You can see how they carve into the hill and make waterways for the trees to grow up, and they grow really quickly. Some bits are very steep. but we'll go down them. I think this was the area of the prints, but they've kind of washed away. And the ones we see now are probably likely to be ours than the pigs. So we're down at the bottom of that climb, and that little track takes us back down to the main road to our house. So even though it's windy today, it's down here in these little lanes, you're almost completely out of the wind. The sun's come out, it's 15 degrees, but it's probably 25 down here. It's really warm, lovely. Overgrown, but still easily walkable. It's like a paradise down here. There was a lot of birds a minute ago. We probably scared them off. And that's the route back. Like I say, everything's dead still down here. A few butterflies flying around. They seem to be all year round. And they seem to like following the dogs. So back onto the main track. There's the leaning pine. Just round the corner is our house. And that's the way we went up there. So it's a good walk, good exercise, good for the dogs, good for people. Back home we've only got a 20-foot garden in England, all fenced in, so you can see why the dogs love it here. No fences, a lot more freedom. We've got the same in Sweden, and I'll probably do a dog walk there when we're out there in the summer. There's our nearest village, main village. It's about 5 kilometres away, not too far. It's got everything, all the shops, everything like that. So, life in Portugal was lovely. A great place to live. All year round, although it does get very, very hot in the summer. They're making their way home. Don't bother waiting for me. So back now. There's the firelighter hall. A good collection today. So yeah, we'll probably do another one of these in Sweden. Dog walk video from our cabins for comparison. I hope you enjoyed a little look round just where we live, and see you on the next video.